story begins more than 60 years ago inside an abandoned chicken coop where our founder discovered a retired teacher living, no home, no health care. So she said no to this injustice and yes to transforming lives. It's this drive, this compassion that inspired AARP. Today, we empower people to choose how they live as they age. We advocate for health and financial security. We strengthen communities everywhere. We are AARP Georgia, creating real possibilities.
Sometimes you know where a person is really coming from by the spirit that exudes from them. And one's spirit really plays a role in how that person is received, how one interacts with that person, and how one agrees to assist that person in whatever endeavor in which they're involved. And it's true for this young man that I have with me today. You know, he's got that kind of spirit.
I was about to stand up before I get out of the room. Like, I'm in the wrong seat. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're in the right seat, brother. This is my show.
This is your show. Yes, it is.
Yeah, this is a call to action.
A call to action.
I'm your host, Alex Habersham, and that young man that I'm talking about is one who's involved in several facets and elements of the community, including the Tubman, and he's a minister, and he's a radio jock, and a promoter, and he's just been very involved in what contributes to his success is the spirit that exudes from him. So I'm very, very happy today to have with me Mr. Harold Young, who holds many hats, and we're going to talk about all of them. And, you know, we, of course, going to spend most of the time talking about this treasure that we have in our community, because it's important. You know, and I can't overemphasize that. You know, I just had another interview talking about, you know, an entity that needs assistance, which is Meals on Wheels. But we're going to talk about the Harriet Tubman Cultural and Arts Museum. You know, I know it might be a little wrong.
It's okay.
That's the gist of it.
It's Tubman African American Museum, but you're close enough.
Yeah.
Speaking of cultural arts, we'll talk about that because we are going to develop a cultural arts center. So you speaking the prophetic.
Okay.
All right. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, thank you, sir. You know, I see dead people.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's okay. That's right.
But anyway, we got Harold with us, and Harold's a friend of mine and has been for quite some time, and we've been able to work on several projects together, interact together, and support each other, which is what it's all about. It's a feel-good part about it. Is that sometimes, you know, we'll engage in the same kind of thing, whether it's promotion or marketing or advertising. We understand that the best way for both of us to be effective is for us to support each other.
A rising tide, right?
Yeah, raises the whole ship.
Come on, man. That's your word.
Yeah,
man.
rising tide raises the whole ship. So I want to thank Harold publicly for all that he does and has done and will do in this community. And we want to proceed. Just say a little bit about yourself. You got 3 minutes.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for this opportunity, Mr. Habersham. First of all, those words, I'm really trying to figure out who you're talking about. I mean, but anyway, Harold Young, been here, you know, been in Macon, Georgia now almost 12 years now. We moved here from Los Angeles, my wife and my kids, church, Community Church of God, brought us out here to be the minister of music, and we've since evolved from there, and now I'm actually a pastor of a church now. So I'm pastoring my own church called For the Glory of God Outreach Ministries, which is, we'll talk about the outreach because, let me talk about that for a minute, so I'm stuck there for a minute. Our church is going to be a little different. We're really dealing with the community. We really want more outreach and everything. There's 600 some odd churches here. So we really are focusing on outreach, making sure people eat. For Thanksgiving, we gave away 19 full dinners for families of 4 to 8, so they can eat for Thanksgiving, not just a plate. And nothing wrong with the turkey giveaway, nothing wrong with giving away a plate to eat. But you know, Thanksgiving, man, we like to eat a couple times. You know, so it's like you eat all day long. So that's what we wanted to bless some families. So our little small congregation, we went door. We got a list from an organization, and they gave it to us, and we were able to feed the families that were in need. Real quick story: when we called one of the families. The lady said she was sitting on the floor waiting for somebody to pray, and that's why we'll bring her something to eat. Her and her son was sitting in the middle of the floor. And she said, I was praying that somebody would bring us something to eat for Thanksgiving. And we were able to provide that need.
Right.
We don't even understand the needs of people. Sometimes when we close the doors for our neighbor, we don't know what's going on with people. So that's what been my whole drive of being here in Middle Georgia. Been here for, like I said, almost 12 years. Now the interim director of the Tubman Museum, radio personality, is nominated for a Stella Award which is the Grammy Awards for the gospel music industry. So, I've been really blessed, and just even to be around people like you who sharpens me. You know, iron sharpens iron, and that's what you keep me rooted and grounded and involved as well. And I thank you publicly.
Yeah.
And I'll throw it back on you, man.
Yeah.
You look like
You're welcome. A rising tide.
raise a whole shit.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So let's talk a little bit about the Tubman.
Yes, sir.
The Tubman is extremely important. Just talk about the Tubman historically and nationally, and what it is as it relates to being a real treasure in Central Georgia.
You said something a few months ago. People don't understand where they came from. They never know where they're going.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing about the museum. You have to understand your history. You have to understand that African Americans came from kings and queens in Africa. It was not just, when we look at TV, the jungles and the wildness and all of they show the wild animals and people half naked and everything. That's not Africa. Africa is one of the richest countries in the world, diamond mines and everything. So we understand our history, where we came from. And I think if we can put that in our young people, they'll respect themselves more so. And so the Tubman Museum being a place where you can learn, not because in schools these days, they don't teach the whole history. They'll teach, we thank God for Dr. Martin Luther King. They think Martin Luther King was just said the I Have a Dream speech, but that's all they know him from, and it was way beyond that. That was even the name of the speech, that I Have a Dream. They took part of that. That was the name of it, so of his whole thing. But anyway, we're talking about Rosa Parks just sitting down. There's a lot more than our history than the key people they talk about. So the Tubman Museum has a very vital part in the community that's necessary for this community. So we want to make sure that we stick around. And the Tubman Museum is very vital, to the community, because you have to have a place where you can learn. Not just a museum. We're developing a culture center as well. Upstairs we acquired some SPLOST money, so we're about to expand more. So things are going well. We have events that we do there. People can use for rentals. We have a lot of weddings. You had joy events there, and so it's a center for everybody, not just African Americans. And people need to understand, African Americans are part of American history. It's not just blacks. We're part of American history. So don't say, oh, that's the black museum or that's the white museum. No, we are part of America.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So we have developed this country and have shaped it to where it is. We need some more shaping right now, but we have shaped America.
Right. Yeah, that's very, very true. Talk about where the Tubman needs help.
Let me give you the myth that's going on with the Tubman Museum. The myth is that the Tubman is sinking. Okay, when the Tubman Museum was developed over 15 some odd years ago, whenever it was started, it was built for the Tubman Museum. Now we're in a smaller location, 4,000 square feet, now only 49,000 square feet. At one period of time, the Tubman was receiving from the county and the city over $400,000. Now, over the years, we received $50,000 from the city, and we're on the hotel motel tax. You go to a larger location. If I move your family from an apartment to a house, your expenses are going to go up.
Absolutely.
You can't reduce it now. So, what the Tubman needs help is we just need the support of the community. And memberships, and also, rentals help as well.
Well, let's talk about membership, because everybody can become a member.
Listen,
look, after this show, you ought to get 3,000 memberships.
I would hope so. We need everybody to be a member. Membership starts at $25 a year. People say, "Oh, I support them." great. Memberships are wonderful. That's for a student and a teacher. We have that. And then if you're in at the next level, just an adult, it's $30 a year. And we have discounts of family for 4 people for $60 a year. And we have other different levels of sponsorship. But if everybody $25 or $30 a person, then we could be very successful in what we're doing. We're expanding our education department. We do drum circles. We do sit-ins. We do talk about storytelling. We're about to do some more things where I'm starting this thing called the Underground, what we call Tubman Talks, where you're going to sit down and talk about everything that we have to deal with our culture. We just come together and just talk. Sometimes that's the best thing, just sit down and talk. Can we just reason together? If we could just find out how do we help our community? What is going on in our community? What's going on in the community? How do we better ourselves? And you know, I met with some young men. And I was like, nobody talks to us. Nobody's gonna talk to us because my pants would be sagging. I said, okay, well, pull your pants up, let's talk. You know, so it's okay. You know, I mean, I'm fine with that. But you want to hear those
Let
things.
me interject something right there.
Yes, sir.
I was at a meeting today and learned that 30% of the shootings were done, the people who performed those shootings in this community, the average age was 14. 14. And you're saying Tubman Talks and things of that nature. I want to suggest to people who have young kids, particularly males, bring them down to the Tubman and just let them browse and walk through, you know, because that will help them to understand, to see that mural, you know, that will help them. But that's a way to kind of address it. And then maybe if you want to, I tell you what we ought to do. If you're going to really bring them, you know, maybe, you know, I know you got Jaquez and some other people over there, but there's a way we can help to address talking to these young men by just having them at the Tubman. And if you call Harold, you call the Tubman or Jaquez, if you need somebody to just talk to the guys, I can get some guys to come and talk to them. But it's important that we utilize this phenomenal facility, not only utilize it, but support it, because it's making a difference. Now, let me tell you something. You know, I'm from Tilden Heights, and all the Tilden Heights not out of me yet, you know. Now, we not gonna let what happened to the Music Hall of Fame happen to the Tubman Museum. But it's incumbent upon all of us to support it, to visit it, to recommend it. If you got relatives coming to town, say, let's go to the Tubman.
Yes.
Because it's a treasure and everybody needs to see it. And I guarantee you, it'll give you a warm, fuzzy feeling that you didn't think that you could have by just seeing this beautiful facility with all of that information about us. So,
see, you mentioned something about the talking to young men. We actually had that experience. A young man was just walking through you know, most people would not approach him because he is a top. And I was just to talk to him, you know, and he was very knowledgeable, but he did not know. But then it was just another respect level. It's like, wow, I did not know. You know, bring the families to the top, bring your family reunions.
Right.
I mean, listen, we're there for you. We'll do what we can do.
Right. That's very, very important. Okay, what's the name of that song Stephanie sang? What's the you a job? What's the
come on, when I think of home.
Yeah.
Let's see. All the way you threw me off. That's Stephanie. Never knew love like this before.
Okay. Never knew love like this before. And what about this other song this other guy sang?
Will Downey?
Will Downey.
Oh my gosh, he has a whole roster of oh my man.
That's all right. I'm gonna send a flyer out.
Please do, yeah.
Attach to something. So talk about this upcoming event for the Tubman.
All That Jazz. This is the 24th annual All That Jazz and Gala. We moved it this year. It's going to be on the Marriott Exhibit Hall ballroom side of the location this year. We did the Centralplex last year. It was too big, but then we decided to go to the other side. We got Stephanie Mills and Will Downey coming. The date is January 25th. 2020, man, we're in 2020 already.
Yes, sir.
Man, the whole decade.
Yeah.
We talk about that.
That ain't Carol, is it?
Man, no, I need some shoe black or some shoestring, a black crayon or something, you know. But anyway, so the 25th of January, All That Jazz. You get food, and then the after party with Dr. AJ, the
Yeah,
DJ.
yeah.
And so it's a great time for us to dress up and support the Tubman Museum.
It's a black tie?
Black Tie, sponsored by Geico. Geico is our title sponsor this year. Well, thanks Geico for being our sponsor, one of our title sponsors. But it's a Black Tie affair. Tickets on sale right now at the Tubman Museum. You can go get them. It's all tables this year. Yeah, so we do have some table seating. You can buy individual seats, but they're all table seating because we're in a different location. Usually with auditorium, where they have the balcony or the.
So everybody eats this year?
Everybody's at eats this year.
Yeah.
So give it an opportunity to come eat this year.
Yeah. That's outstanding. Yeah. What date is that now?
That'll be Saturday, January 25th, 2020, at the they call it the Edgar H. Wilson Convention Center.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah.
I don't know who Edgar was.
He was a man.
Oh, okay, tell me about that. Okay, thank you. Well,
When I was a little boy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I wasn't familiar.
Back in the 30s.
I was like, 30s. You would date yourself. But anyway, so we're looking forward to that, man. So it's a big party. Now y'all got to see Dr. Alex walk in the room when him and Miss Havisham walk in the room. See that the music stops there, everything. The cloud comes in. It's like he's
I know it's my show, but you had to do all
brother. I'm telling you, I talk about you all the time. I'm like, that is a smooth young man right there. And we appreciate you, man. I don't even know how much you do for this community that people tell you thank you for. I mean, I know you hear it a lot, but I'm saying, I know it's your show. And thank you. Seriously, and from the bottom of my heart, what you bring to the community is more than just, hey, let's just have a party. Let's just do it. You're empowering people. You're bringing people together. You give people the opportunity to come on your show and talk about their projects. You didn't bring them to talk about you. I know I'm talking about you right now, but you are an amazing. Thank you all for what you do to this community.
Yeah, thank you. I got something the other day. And it's early, but I guess we may as well do it. Are we doing Pan-African?
Man, Pan-African Festival is going to be awesome this year. Pan-African Festival is May 2nd and 3rd this year.
Already got the dates.
Already got the dates, yes sir. So with the first week in May, we're going to be at the Central City Park again. So we're looking forward to a huge festival this year.
Yeah.
So okay, I got details on can't give you details.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
I know you got something to add.
Yeah.
But now you're still going to do the gospel thing?
Gospel's on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes, and on Saturday we do traditional culture, R&B, hip hop, whatever else. And I'm looking. Man, I got something for you this year.
Okay.
I got to come back when it's locked in. For you, Tender Heights boy, you gonna love this.
I'm ready for it.
Yes, sir.
I am absolutely ready. Okay, now let's kind of walk through the Tubman because a lot of people don't have an idea, and let's just kind of give them an idea of what they can find as they go downstairs and then go upstairs and.
Great, I'm glad you mentioned that because the Rotunda, you need to come to the Rotunda first because we're going to change Rotunda out right now. In the next couple weeks or so, the Rotunda's going to be changed out. We've got some more exhibits. We got something for you too. Something huge that I think that everybody will be really appreciative in this community. So we're right now in the Rotunda, and then we have the Making History, Black History Gallery on the first floor. And then if you go up the stairs, there's some pictures on there, some icons, some making icons. And the first picture you happen to see is Dr. Alex Havisham on the stairs, so you can't miss it. Your little history there. Yeah, he's a part of our museum, so I have to make it. Then around the balcony area, we have an exhibit called Mr. Imagination. You have to see how this gentleman created some artwork out of just scraps. Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing. Wow. And then we're having a changes exhibit going on right now. Matthew Odom has his displays going. And then we're opening up on January the 16th. It's called Legacy of Soul. So we're doing, excuse me, we got James Brown and Little Richard's closed in there. We have some, so we got some things from the Music Hall of Fame, which closed. We were able to get some of the items and put them in there, so it's gonna be amazing. And we, of course, we have the Africa to America mural still, so we're still doing some things.
Yeah, that's outstanding. And I don't know whether you still have it or not. What about the inventors?
The inventors, yes, that's on the opposite side of the.
That's amazing, and that's why. Excuse me if I interrupt you, but and I want you to talk more specifically about it. But that's one thing that we could use to inspire our young people is to familiarize them with all of the inventions that were made by African Americans. So while we are at that point, I want to beg parents, and particularly mothers with boys, and daddies too, and families too. But oftentimes, research shows that although mothers are doing a phenomenal job, that in a minute they need some assistance with rearing young men. So I want to encourage everybody. If you haven't been to the Tubman, shame on you. But I forgive you if you make it your business to go down there and do. Now, talk a little bit about groups, because oftentimes groups are interested in something to do. You know what I get tired of?
Well said, it's nothing to do with making.
Yeah, man.
I knew what you were going to say.
Yeah, people talk about that. It's plenty to do with making. And right around the corner from the Tubman, you got the Christmas lights. Let me tell you, I've been downtown, man. You can't get downtown. For the Christmas lights extravaganza, and you could probably look out your window and see it. And while you go down there, you all not open the door, but you can go to the Tubman early. What time y'all close?
5 o'clock.
You can go to
6 o'clock. The lights are on, so it's beautiful down there.
Go to the Tubman.
Popular.
It's just phenomenal. But so you got the inventions upstairs. Anything else you want to mention?
No, it's so much to do. On the third Thursdays every month we do different events. Like last couple of Thursdays we had stepping classes. It was line dancing. So folks, we had a couple companies came in and taught us different dances from Chicago. Of course, I get my feet tangled. I do the one that tell you left foot stomp, right foot stomp. I need the one with the instructions. After a while, I can't do all the other stuff. So anyway, but it's great. For the one for Christmas, I'm not sure when this is going to air, but on the 19th of December, we've got Beulah Land Bible Church is coming in and doing a Christmas celebration. There's their dance ministry and arts and singing. The choirs coming. So celebrate.
Is it open to the public?
Open to the public.
Wow.
On the third Thursday of December. So I don't know, but then on the following, in January, that's going to be the grand opening of the Legacy of Soul, which we're doing the grand opening on that day. Wow. So every third Thursday we have something special for you, for the community.
Wow.
And it's open to the public. We charge for those special events $5 for members and $10 for non-members. So it's a benefit being a member.
Yeah, you can save money. You can save money back quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Money back very quick. Talk about having events there. I noticed that since the expos have been down there.
Well, you did open the door.
a lot of just kidding. A lot of companies.
No. You're right. No, because you opened the door and allow people to come in and see what can happen.
Yeah.
So you can wag your tail for a minute.
All right.
Good. Okay. All right, there you go.
But no, seriously. Matter of fact, I went to an event there Sunday. And then I'm going to another one tonight. So talk a little bit about events that can happen there and what's the process.
We do have a lot of rentals that come through. Companies do have their holiday parties or galas, or we have Central High School is doing their prom there this year. This is the first time we're having a prom a high school prom in the Tubman. So so we have from birthday parties to proms now to weddings, and I'm talking about full weddings. People have when they get married in the Tubman, they have the reception, which is beautiful. That building, you would not believe some of the pictures and some of the way that room transfers.
Right.
It's amazing. It's beautiful, and the acoustics are great. There's a high ceiling, but you can still have a good time there, and we have a lot of events. And just call the Tubman for rent. We have a certain price. Nonprofits do get a discount if you're a nonprofit organization. So we are really open to rentals. We're booked like every day, almost every weekend almost. I actually have a wedding I booked today for 2022. I was like, "Oh, y'all gonna be together by then?" And I was like, but I'm just kidding. It's kind of funny. It's almost 3 years from now. I was like, okay, but that's saving no money. So
that's really good. Talk a little bit. Let's remind people about All That Jazz.
All That Jazz, Saturday, January 25th at the the Edgar H. Wilson Convention Center, which is attached to the Centralplex, which is attached to the Marriott. So I guess what do y'all call it? The exhibit hall? Was that what it was back then?
We just call it the Coliseum.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to make people street people maybe find it. He said, where convention center is that?
Yeah.
So we just call it the Coliseum. Yeah. The other side of the Coliseum. So make sure it's Black Tie Affair. Tickets are available right now at the Tubman Museum. If you want to give us a call at area code 478-742. Excuse me, 743-8342. Yeah, that's it.
Say it again.
Don't ask me to do it again. I'm just kidding. 478-742. Listen, scratch that number. Give me my direct number. Okay. 845-3852, because I don't know the main number. 845-3852. Exactly.
That's the number.
Exactly. Just call me.
Yeah. Okay, well, we want everybody to come and see Stephanie and Will Downing. It's going to be a great event. I always enjoy it. AJ, turns it on, and it's just a good, diverse group, and everybody's having fun. And we need more of that in Central Georgia, and you should be sure to do it. And then I want to encourage everybody, to visit the Tubman, to support the Tubman, to learn more about the Tubman, to bring your group to the Tubman, do tours at the Tubman, do your event at the Tubman, and do all you can. They got All That Jazz coming up. The Pan-African Festival is phenomenal. But, it doesn't cost you. It costs you almost nothing, to support this icon in our community. And it's incumbent upon all of us to keep it alive. This is a call to action.
A call to action.
I'm your host, Alex Habersham, having interviewed Mr. Harry Young, man of many hats in Central Georgia. But right now we want to emphasize that he's the interim executive director of the Tubman African American Museum. Plus he's got a ministry and a radio show and everything else.
And I'm your friend.
And my friend.
That's the most important.
Yeah. So, give your number again just in case.
It's area code 478-845-3852. 845-3852. That's my direct number to my office. I do answer and I do return calls sometimes if I can.
This is a call to action.
A call to action.
I'm your host, Alex Habersham. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
www.makingblackpages.com